bad vibes. No bad vibes, don't come around with that energy. They once right, they more family than some kin to me. They show me love, still watch out for my enemies. Leveled up to the max, but I ain't hit my peak. Money in the world in my hands, 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 money in the world in my hands.
Oh my goodness!
I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say? I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say? I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say? I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say? I ain't gotta say much, you shouldn't have to say much. Stay down so you came up, then came down and stayed up all night till the morning. Baggy eyes and you yawning, but the money keeps on calling, and we ain't about to ignore it, no. You go, you go, you go, till you got anything, give you some more. Like you on a hockey team, hit them goals. Money coming fast while you sipping slow. And me, I'm so past words, I just hit the code. Nothing funny, being broke is a joke. Get into it like it's all a nigga know. Mad I'm busy, but matter if I was broke. Yeah. And I show, so I ain't gotta say much, and you shouldn't have to say much. I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say? I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say? I see you doing your thing, everything they say you can't. You got it going your way, show it like what more can I say?
What's going on? What's going on? So, you know me, I had to catch up, and I definitely wanted to get on this daggone freaking rocket launch on a little quest to the moon. So, this particular video is like almost 5.5 hours long, but I've been watching, listening to it, had a little couple stories, little history and whatnot. So yeah, you know how I am. I am about to critique this motherfucker because from the previews, I'm already knowing what's up. So let's watch this madness.
That's a helium purge of the 4 core stage engines downstream of the propellant valve, getting the air and moisture out.
GLS is go for prep sequence 4.
And in just a few seconds, GLS will close the core stage LOX vent, liquid oxygen. The white vapor cloud caused from the super cold gaseous oxygen condensing the water in the atmosphere will disappear. You see it coming out there now. And there it goes. It's the 4 core stage RS-25 engines gimbaling around, testing the ability to steer the rocket into space. They will operate at 109% performance. Each RS-25 throwing down 500,000 pounds of thrust. All 4, 2 million pounds. All together with the boosters, 8.8 million pounds of thrust.
GLS is go for upper stage to internal power.
Now the upper stage has gone to internal power. So power is removed from the rocket's upper stage, the ICPS.
They be doing all this nonsense.
Power. The same milestone is coming up for the core stage at T-minus 1 minute.
Ain't been to the moon in 100 years. Technology is so damn advanced. And from what they make it seem like, the moon is like this big information hub. It's a big information hub to where they can go and
GLS
get
is go for core
information.
stage to internal power.
The rocket's core stage, which houses the 3 flight computers, is now on battery power. So there is no more hold time available because there's no more margin on the batteries. So if we have a hold, we'd have to recycle back to T-minus 10 minutes and recharge those batteries.
Let's just go.
The count continues.
My thing, why they had to do it while it's
A
so
note
damn
now,
dark?
shortly after liftoff.
1 minute.
Shortly after liftoff, Mission Control Houston will
I
take
had to
control of
speed
the
this
rocket,
mug up
and my
20 seconds.
colleague, Leah Cheshire, will take over commentary. T-minus 50 seconds and counting. Coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, the GLS will hand off control to the ALS. This is the autonomous launch
Let's just
sequencer.
get it over
On
with.
board the rocket, it will take over command and control of the rocket. But the ALS will check, make sure there's no holds coming from the ground up until T-minus 2
GLS
seconds.
is go for ALS.
And we are go for ALS. The Space Launch System is now counting down to liftoff of Orion on its maiden voyage to the moon. Launch team can no longer cycle the count.
It's like
Sound
these
suppression
motherfuckers
water
got
now
hella
flowing
good
under the
GPS
ML.
systems in them.
And here we go.
10.
Hydrogen burn-off igniters initiated. 7, 6, 5. 4-stage engine start. 3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis 1.
Boy,
We
that's all.
rise together. Back to
My
the
thing
moon
is
and
all the
beyond.
camera angles. Look like something out of a
Four
movie.
RS-25 engines on the core stage and 2 solid rocket boosters now propelling the vehicle at 128 miles per hour. Hearing good control on the roll from teams in Mission Control Houston. All good calls so far. Now 30 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. First milestone will be.
It's just the way they be having all these angles live.
1 minute and 9 seconds into launch.
And when I
This
say
is the
live,
earliest
I mean
period of
live.
atmospheric force on the rocket.
Live TV, you got all these different angles on this damn rocket.
SLS now traveling 607 miles per hour.
That of course is smoke.
Pounds of maximum thrust. Quiet here in the loops in Mission
Now
Control.
look, this is where it starts to curve.
Core stage engines throttling down ahead of passing.
It is no longer going up. That's just looks like something previous that they just showed. Regardless, that mug ain't going all the way up. Look, it looks like they're going through clouds.
1,420 miles per hour.
Could be the smoke, I guess, but what, you know, whatever.
The next major milestone.
They play this well. They did this at night.
To cut off and jettison in about 2 minutes and 11
Way
seconds
at
into
night.
flight, so about 30 seconds from now. Again, quiet here in Mission Control Houston as
Now
teams
that's
continue
water.
monitoring the flight of Artemis 1. We're now 16 miles
Tell me
downrange
something
from the
different.
launch pad at Kennedy Space Center, traveling over 2,800 miles per hour. Standing by for solid rocket booster jettison and shortly thereafter.
At what speed?
Confirmation
I want
that
to
the
know.
solid rocket boosters have separated these 177-foot boosters. Now the core stage continues to power the flight of Orion, all 4 RS-25
What's the miles
engines
per hour
firing,
of an
traveling
airplane?
over 3,400 miles per hour, 46 miles downrange.
Per hour to make it around the entire Earth in one day.
2 minutes and 36 seconds into the flight. Hearing nominal calls here in Mission Control Houston.
So if
We've
airplanes
still got 4 good
go
engines on
about
the core stage. Next up, we'll be looking for the service module fairing to separate. This is 3 15 by 15 foot fairing panels, providing structural support,
547
protecting
to
the service module.
575
Those will separate at about
miles
3
per
minutes and
hour.
11 seconds into flight, and very
This is
shortly
going
thereafter will be followed
2,000
by the
something
launch
miles
abort
per
system
hour.
separation.
I know you got the affirmative.
Just over 3 minutes
Going
into the
that
flight of
fast.
Artemis 1, now traveling over 4,060 miles per hour, 83 miles downrange. We just had confirmation that the service module fairing has separated.
Mm-hmm.
And the launch abort system pyros have fired, separating those from Orion as well. For future crew
Now look how we can see it from, I guess, the ground now. It disappeared. Oh no, it's all the way down there.
We just heard the call for 3-engine press, meaning if SLS were to lose an engine at this point in the mission, we could still achieve a nominal mission. We would just have an extended main engine cutoff time. However, we still have 4 good engines, all at maximum thrust right now, powering the first
That is definitely
flight of
CGI.
Artemis at 5,200 miles per hour, 148 miles downrange.
Bro, that's so fake. Laser separation. So if we, all we can see is this little bit of light, how the hell we get all the way up there to the rocket to get this view?
We're 4 minutes and 16 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. So far, we've had a clean descent. We saw the rocket boosters jettison about 2 minutes and 11 seconds after liftoff. Short.
Straight nonsense.
No, walk away.
So hard. I felt everybody here did. You know, we really wanted them to succeed. We really wanted to see the launch today. At this.
Me neither. It was an incredible experience.
To you again, this is your first launch. You know,
Honestly,
what were you expecting?
The fuckery is real. Because definitely.
Our core stage main engine cutoff time is about 8 minutes and 3 seconds. We are now at 5 minutes and 11 seconds into the flight, 7,656 miles per hour. Again, 4 good core stage engines, those 4 RS-25 engines. The last time those core stage engines flew, they were taking space shuttles to orbit, and now with upgraded capabilities, they're launching the future of human spaceflight.
This stuff is outrageous. That's just such a joke.
5 minutes, 42 seconds into the mission, we are now traveling 8,800 miles per hour, 345 miles downrange from the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center. Again, we are anticipating core stage main engine cutoff at about 8 minutes and 3 seconds. And about 10 seconds later, we'll see core stage separation, at which point Orion and the interim cryogenic propulsion stage will be flying free. Now traveling over 10,000 miles per hour, 6 minutes and 15 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1, 427 miles downrange. Quiet here on the loops in Mission Control Houston. Teams continue to monitor this first flight.
Yeah.
About a minute and a half now until that core stage main engine cutoff time. Our 4 core stage engines continue to fire at maximum thrust.
Yeah, this is nonsense, y'all.
Coming up on 7 minutes since launch day, now traveling over 12,800 miles per hour, 563 miles downrange. Again, still
So
flying
yeah,
here,
you
Mission
know,
Control, Houston.
I'm not believing this. But that's what it is. More fakeness.
As we prepare for main engine cutoff, the